जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग गंधर्विका गिरिधरी जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौरहरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग श्री राधा नयननाथ जीव की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीला पृष्ठों विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला पृष्ठों विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति दैत माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला पृष्ठों विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंसा शिल गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिशिल सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंदात्मक श्री ब्रज मंदिर की जय। जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री बालोदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्वविघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर परमानंदे हरि बोल। वंदे हम श्री गुरु श्री जुता पाद कमलम श्री गुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं सग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol 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 Hari Bol. We are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Yesterday we started 5th canto about Priyavrata, the other son of first progenitor Swayambhuva Manu and Chatarupa. One is Uttanpat, father of Dhruva, and we heard about that dynasty. Now about Priyavrata. So Parikshit Maharaj asked Shukadev Goswami, how is it that Priyavrata Maharaj, he was a great devotee, then why he was in household life? Because if someone has higher taste of his mind fixed on Krishna, then he is not having any family attachment. So this is not matching. Then Shukadev Goswami now is explaining what happened. Priyavrata is disciple of Narad Goswami, and he was doing meditation on Gandhamadana mountain. Then Brahma descended. And then also others came. Yes. Where Priyavrata was meditating, Brahma came there on his swan, and while he was descending, all other higher beings, demigods from Charana Loka, Siddha Loka, Gandharva Loka, they were all worshipping Brahma. And then he came to this Gandhamadana mountain, and Narad also came there, and then both Narad and Priyavrata, no, Swayambhuva Manu also was there. Swayambhuva Manu, Narad and Priyavrata, they all folded their hands and began to worship Lord Brahma with great respect. Then yesterday we heard this verse, my dear King Parikshit, because Lord Brahma had finally descended from Satyaloka to Bhuloka, Narada Muni, Prince Priyavrata and Swayambhuva Manu came forward to offer him objects of worship, and to praise him in highly qualified language, according to Vedic etiquette. At that time, Lord Brahma, the original person of this universe, felt compassion for Priyavrata, and looking upon him with a smiling face, spoke to him as follows. Bona fide Guru will naturally feel Vatsalya Bhav, that affection, like a father or parental affection to disciple. Before that, already he will feel. Then that by nature it will happen. When that relation is established, when some jiva comes with Sukriti, then Guru will also feel. Disciple will feel inclination to surrender to him, and Guru will feel compassion. Vatsalya Bhav comes, like to a child, compassion. Shri Bhagavan Uvach, here Brahma is as Bhagavan, means has opulences. Niboda tate dam ritam bravimi masu yitum devam arhasi aprameyam vayam bhavaste tata esha maharshir vahama sarve vivasha yasya dishtam. Lord Brahma, the Supreme Person within this universe, said, My dear Priyavrata, kindly hear me attentively what I shall say to you. Do not be jealous of the Supreme Lord, who is beyond our experimental measurements. All of us, including Lord Shiva, your father, and the great sage Maharshi Narada, must carry out the order of the Supreme. We cannot deviate from his order. Here I remember these experimental measurements. In like 1930s, when Bagbazar Gauriya Math was opened in Kolkata, that time there was always 1 month long Janmashtami celebration. Like before already it started, and on Janmashtami it will conclude. So different people were invited, like from the city mayor and some dignitaries, professors, as chief guests, and they would also speak some what they knew, some Harikatha. So some students of C.V. Dr. Raman, Dr. C.V. Raman, world-renowned scientist, he got Nobel Prize in Science. His students were coming to Gauriya Math, and they requested in Gauriya Math to Prabhupada that why our teacher was not invited. He's also a very known person. Then Prabhupada said, yes, I have no objection. He should also come. Then he sent our Parangurudev, that time Brahmachari, Hayagriv Brahmachari, to invite him personally. So Parangurudev came there to his laboratory, and then he said that I'm coming from Gauriya Math. We are having 1 month long celebration for the appearance of Krishna. So we would like to invite you to come one day as a chief guest. Then this C.V. Raman doctor, he immediately said, he challenged him, can you show me your Krishna? If I cannot see him, if you cannot show him to me, then I don't believe. I don't believe anything what I cannot experience with my senses. If you can show me your God, then I will go. Can you show me? Then Parangurudev said, there was one wall in that without windows or library. that laboratory, and beyond that was North Kolkata. So Parang Gurudev told him, I cannot see beyond this wall here. But is it correct to say that nothing is beyond that wall? Then that C.V. Raman said, with the help of certain instruments, I can also see through this wall. Then Parang Guru said, yes, but these instruments, yours, also they have some limitation. So can you say for sure that beyond that, nothing exists beyond the measurement or experimental measure, or that beyond that instruments? He said, don't waste my time. I'm not wasting, I have no time for this. If you can show me your God, then I will go. I don't believe your Keshto Bishtu. That is little derogatory, like not with respect, with ridiculing. Krishna Vishnu. Krishna Vishnu. I don't believe your Keshto Bishtu. Then if you can show me your God, then I will go. Then Parang Gurudev said, your students are coming to our program. They wanted that you should come. So if your students, they would tell you that you show them what you have discovered through your scientific research, immediately, is it possible for you? Then he said no. First, they would have to finish their MA degree, that magister degree in physics in general. Then they would have to stay with me for another 5 years to study that area of my research. Then I would be able to make them understand what I discovered. Otherwise not. Then Parang Guru says, you see, this is your answer. You cannot show your discovery, what you discovered, to someone who does not follow your process by which he will be able to understand or see. So like that, cannot the ancient rishis, seers, say, you follow our process and then you can see what we saw, means God. And then if there is, you cannot see, then you can dismiss. But how you can dismiss, means reject, before you made experiment? Because in science, the etymology, epistemology, is they are trying to get knowledge, conclusion, by observation and experiment. Observation and experiment. And then if you do experiment so many times and same result comes, then you can prove it. Yes, this is correct. This is scientific, like proof. So Parang Gurudev told him, before you made experiment, like of the process given by ancient rishis, you are denying. First, you have to take that process, and then you can see whether result is there, you can see God or not. Then C.V. Raman was silent, and he could not answer. Then he said, I don't know anything about Krishna, so if I go there, then what I will be able to speak? I don't know if later he came or not, but the teaching here is that you cannot make any like final conclusion by experimental measurements for the things which are beyond. But there is a process to realize that which is beyond. Like he said, I can see beyond this wall by certain instruments. So Paranguru says you can see God, you can see Krishna if you follow that process. And before you take that process, then how you will be able to say there is nothing? So at least he made him understand. He could not argue further. He's there in Wikipedia. You can find Dr. C.V. Raman. It is a real story. So Parangurudev was very, because he realized soul, so he could give him such argument. And when our Parangurudev was in Bangladesh, there was Muslim Hindu, like some tension. So Parangurudev had one big pandal program there, and half Muslim, half Hindus came. And some local people and police, they told him, now there is some tension here. So you be careful what you are speaking, because here government, they may put you in prison if you will say something against interest of Bangladesh. So be careful what you are speaking. Then Parangurudev was thinking, yes, if they put me to jail, then what I will eat there, it is not good. So he said in that meeting that if there is any question, you write it down, and at the end of class, you can ask. Don't ask in between, because my topic then will divert, and it will not be good for me, and also not for the listeners. Then you save at the end. There's some other place I can also in private I can answer like this, because he was thinking someone might initiate a certain political debate, something, then it would be a problem. So then Parangurudev was speaking Harikatha, and that time sannyasi already. He was speaking. Then after half an hour, one Muslim scholar, he stood up, said, Swamiji, why you came here to our place? You are propagating the Bhut Parast, idolatry, that is prohibited in Quran, in Bible, like idolatry. You should not make any form of God and then worship, that is satanic. Why you came here? You are propagating this thing. Then Parangurudev, and already other organizers, they said to Parangurudev, you don't answer his question, because already you told before that no one should ask. But he is not following, so no need to answer. Then Parangurudev was thinking, if I will not answer, then they will think I don't have answer. Then Parangurudev said, no problem. It is in relation to my topic. I will not deviate from the topic, and listeners, they will be benefited with this. So first Parangurudev asked him, do you believe in God? Then he said, yes, of course, Allahu Akbar. God is great. Then greatest, not great, greatest. Then Parangurudev said, do you believe that God has any power? Then said, yes, God is all powerful, almighty, Sarva Shaktiman, all powers. Then Parangurudev said, this is your answer. Then he said in Vedic, where there is one verse, kartum, anata kartum, samarta, something, Sanskrit, that God has such powers that he can do whatever he likes, and he can undo what he did, and he can undo what he undid. Like this, he can do whatever he likes. He don't do if he does not want to, he can change anything. Then Parangurudev said, we are now here, Mymensingh district, there are many big elephants here. So, can God put one Mymensingh elephant through the eye of a needle where you put thread, from this side to that side, and from that side back to this side without harming that elephant. Can God do this? Then he was silent. Then Parangure said, God has such powers that it is beyond our experimental measurement. What we can think of, beyond that, he has such powers we cannot imagine what he can do. He said he can do this very easily, put elephant. So like that, because God is all powerful, why he cannot appear in this world in the form of deity by his will? He said, we in Sanatan Dharma, in Vedic scriptures, we are also not prescribing idolatry, like to worship some material object, thinking that is God. No, there is no prescription for idolatry in Vedic scriptures. But there is prescription of worship of God's deity form, that is by his will appears. By the devotion of pure devotee, he appears to give the scope of service to his devotees. So if we say that he cannot do this, then we are limiting his powers. Then we cannot say that he is all powerful. That is useless to say he is all powerful. But what this means, all powerful, that is beyond our measurement, mental imagination and experience in this. He can do. So some deities, this not Parangures, I'm saying, in some another Harikatha said, some deities, they are self-manifest, they just appear, and some deities are installed deities, where there is a process for making deity and then priests and like this. So Parangurudev, there also he explained, it is not that we are in charge of the appearance of Supreme Lord. No, he's in charge. He's using all those as instrumental. Like one palanquin, he's carried on palanquin. Either he's in charge or those who are carrying are in charge. There is difference. Outwardly looks same. So like here, he said, in that process of the installation of deity, everything is under the control of Supreme Lord. Then ultimately, by the pure devotion of pure devotee, that Supreme Lord appears and takes that form. So we are worshipping this form of God. Archa Vigraha, he appears in this form. Then that Muslim could not say anything, because Parangudev is a realized soul. He knows what is Krishna Tattva, what is his different appearances. And at another place, I don't know where it was, maybe Barpeta, somewhere, again, half Muslim, half Hindus. Then again, Parangudev said, don't ask question in between. At the end, you can ask. Again, one Muslim stood up and he said, Swamiji, why you came here? You are saying about Atma Paramatma. Who has seen Atma Paramatma? No one has seen. You are deceiving all people. Why you came here to preach this? Then Parangudev said, you are a very intelligent person. Again, they were disturbed, but Parangudev said, no, I will answer. Then he said, I see you are having one book in your hand there. What is that book? Then that Muslim said, this is the name of the book. Then Parangudev said, I don't see it. I don't see this is this book. Then he said, yes, Swamiji, really, this is this book. And Parangudev said, no, you are deceiving me. That is not, I'm not seeing this is this book. They said, no, I'm not deceiving you. Then he called some other Muslims there, and they also read the name of the book, and they said, Swamiji, he is not deceiving you. This is this book. Then Paranguri said, how I can know? You are deceiving me. You are cheating me. I don't see. Then he said, no, we are saying. Then they asked Paranguri, then what do you see? Then Paranguri said, I see that one bird, crow, he was flying and then he stepped on some ink that for writing, that ink, and then he was stepping on that book. This is what I see. Because Arabic letters, if you see, there are many like dots and some lines like this, letters. So he said, this I see. Then they asked Swamiji, you don't know Urdu language? He said, no, I don't know. I know English, I know Hindi, I know Bengali, I know Assami, little Oriya. I know. Why? Then they said, if you don't know Urdu language, then how you will understand what is written here? Then Parangure said, see, this is the answer to your question. If I am not qualified to see something, because I did not gain that qualification, then I cannot see. So you said, who has seen Atma Paramatma? No one has seen. You are deceiving everyone. So Parangurdev always replied in his own challenge. So Parangurdev said, I said, okay, I know Bengali, I know English, everything. Then he said, no, if you don't learn this language, you cannot see what is written. Then he said, like that, if you don't earn the qualification to see Atma Paramatma, you cannot see. Then he said, some vision is this chakshusha vision, means with eyes and with other senses and mind, intelligence, ego, but by that instruments you cannot see that which is beyond, which is eternal. But it exists, and it is self-effulgent, self-revealing. So there is a process by which you gain qualification, then you will be able to see Atma and Paramatma. Then again, they could not say anything, because Parangurev is realized the soul. So when he's speaking about Atma, Paramatma, then he knows what he's speaking, and he knows what is the process. That is bona fide guru. Bona fide guru has to know the process, how to give realization. He has to guide others towards. So, and another time, Parangurdev was in maybe Jalandhar in Punjab. So there was one Sanatan Dharma, one Dharamshala, and I was there also. But that time, Punjabi devotees, they were making one program for the appearance of Gauranga Mahaprabhu little earlier, because after it will be in Mayapur program. So they made before, because Parangurdev always will be in Mayapur. So Parangurdev came, and at 8 that program will be inaugurated. And Parangurdev was staying in nearby one house, in devotee's house. Then he was going there to that program, and our Gurudev was with him, walking. Then suddenly 4 black cars, they stopped there in front, and some people came out, and they said, Swamiji, we have seen your photo and invitation in newspaper. So we came to you to ask some questions. Then Parangurev said, I have no time now. You come tomorrow. I will give you time how much you want, but now I have to inaugurate that program, because they spent so much money for us. They brought us here, and that program is already fixed. So you come tomorrow. Then they said, no, we will go from this place tonight. We'll go. So we want to ask you so many questions. Then that local devotee, he could recognize them, that there are some big important persons of that city, some big rich men, businessmen like this, and one income sales tax officer, like big. So that devotee said there are some important persons, so you can give them some time. I will tell to those devotees there that you will be like 15 minutes late, so you don't worry, you give them some time. Then they went again to house, and he was that income sales tax officer, Mr. Pandey. He was asking questions, one after another, 20 questions. 20. And Parangurdeep was writing, and while writing those 20 questions, already 15 minutes passed. Then Parangurdeep said, I cannot give a reply to these questions now because I have to go to that program. If you come tomorrow, I can give time. He said, even if I would 5 minutes answer each question, I would need 1 hour. So I cannot spare so much time. You come some other time. And then he stood up and he was going on the road. Then that Mr. Pandey, he came to Parangurdeep, said, Swamiji, with great expectation I came to you. I have so much mental tension, so much mental problem. Please give me some advice for peace of mind. I have so much tension, anxiety, everything. At least some mantra or something, you give me some advice. I have so much mental problem. Then Parangurdev smiled. And yes, I forgot to tell, before Pandey, he told to Parangurdev, I don't believe anything which I cannot see with my senses, touch. I don't believe anything. What I cannot touch, what I cannot experience with my senses, because here this is experimental measurement. I don't believe. Then he gave those 20 questions. 20 questions. Then Paranguru said, oh, Mr. Pandey, you are deceiving me. Then he said, no, Swamiji, really, I am speaking the truth. I have so much mental tension. With great expectation, I came to you. Then Paranguru said, no, you are deceiving me. Then he said, no, Swamiji, why you are again and again telling? I'm telling. Then Paranguru said, before you told me you don't believe anything what you cannot touch, you cannot see, you cannot smell, you cannot hear. So, did you at any time see your mind? What color it is? Red, green, blue, or what color? Did you touch your mind? Is it soft or hard? Did you taste your mind? It is bitter or sweet? Did you smell? Is it good? You did not. So mind does not exist. So if mind does not exist, then where is the question of mental tension? There is no mind, because you cannot touch, you cannot see, you cannot. Then he said, no, Swamiji, although I did not see my mind, but I know my mind exists by the thoughts, their thoughts. So I know. Then Parang said, this is the answer to your question. That I think maybe he also said, I don't believe in Atma Paramatma because I cannot see something, maybe he said. Then Paranguru said, we are in this body, but we don't want to die. but we will die. Surely this body will die. We are seeing all are dying. So from where this desire is coming that we don't want to die, we want to remain eternally. No one wants to die. Something which is temporary cannot have the desire to remain eternally. So from where this desire is coming? And no one wants to be full. Everyone wants to get knowledge, to know. So from that body you cannot get any knowledge. So from where this desire is coming? Something which has no existence, eternal existence, cannot have desire to remain eternally. Something which is not knowledge principle cannot have desire to know. And we all have desire to be happy. And happiness is not coming from body. That body is not giving any happiness. Even parents, small child will die. So they will not get any happiness from that dead body. So from where this is coming? It is not part of body or mind, but these desires are there. So indirectly we can feel that we are Satchit Ananda, eternally existing principle, knowledge principle, and blissful principle. Otherwise such desires cannot be there. So by this we can know. Indirectly we can know. But if you do process, then directly you can experience Atma, Satchidananda. And when you will go further in research, according to Vedic scripture, then you can know from where this Atma is coming, that is Paramatma. You can realize like this, he was telling him. So always Parang Gurudev used to give their own argument to them, to make them understand. So those who are realized the souls, they have experienced transcendental eternal reality, Supreme Lord and Atma like this. They can actually preach, and they can be gurus, they can be guides, they can give proper process, because they are first-hand experience. From that experience they are speaking. So then they can remove doubts also of seekers. There you will find in Bhagavatam verse that Guru, he must be knowledgeable in Shastra, but also must have experience of reality. There Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, if he does not have experience, then he will not be able to remove doubts of his disciples. And that how you can know whether he has experience or not is he is not controlled by lust, anger, greed, that thing, how you can test. Also Sanatana Goswami told you have to test. So we should not select Guru just like some emotionally, oh, he's very beautiful, he has so much money, he's speaking nicely, like this emotion. No. You have to see whether he's a realized soul, so he can then properly guide. So here, and that is why Brahma, we were now hearing for Purushottamant, that is why Brahma, he is saying, do not be jealous of the Supreme Lord who is beyond our experimental measurements. He exists, but is beyond our this worldly perception. But that does not mean that he is not existing. He exists, but there is a process, self-revelatory process. Then you can realize. So realized soul can say that he exists. All of us, including Lord Shiva, your father, that is Swayambhuva Manu, and the great sage Maharshi Narada, must carry out the order of the Supreme. We cannot deviate from his order. Brahma also in the beginning, he did not know. He was confused when he appeared. Then he got that instruction, you do tapa, you do tapasya. Then he was meditating. Then Supreme Lord appeared to him and he said, I will give you now knowledge by realization, then you can understand everything. So only one who has first-hand experience of Supreme Lord, he can be an effective preacher. He can give proper knowledge to others. If you speak from scriptures and what you heard from realized soul, that is also good, because that is also bona fide knowledge, but it will not be so powerful as if you have your own personal experience. But some help will be there, how much you are sincere, it can descend through you, that will be, but that will be more powerful. And such persons who have experience, they cannot be deviated from that realization and cannot be attracted to any mundane benefits, and they will not compromise with the truth and with the process and like this. But those who don't, they will say you can eat anything, no problem, just you become disciple and give money. So that is not real. But real guru, he will not deviate, and no one can, no anarthas can, because sometimes we see gurus, they then exploit their disciples, then that is not good. And guru may have some realization, but if he commits some Vaishnava aparat, then he can also come down. This is dangerous for those who are Madhyamadikari gurus, because they got this instruction to preach. So they're preaching, they're giving guidance, but if they come and become envious of some other preacher, some other Vaishnava or something, and he commits offense, then he will lose also. That is danger. Na tasya kaschit tapasa vidyaya va, na yoga viryena manishaya va, naivarta dharmeich paratach svatova, kritam vihantum tanu brit vibhuyat. Very nice, Brahma, he's saying. One cannot avoid the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not by the strength of severe austerities, an exalted Vedic education, or the power of mystic yoga, physical prowess, or intellectual activities. Nor can one use his power of religion, his material appearance, or any other means, either by himself or with the help of others, to defy the orders of the Supreme Lord. That is not possible for any living being, from Brahma down to the end. It will happen. You cannot change his will, Supreme Lord's will. What is to happen, it will happen. No one can change, no one can challenge his will. Even if you try, even if you worry or whatever, anyhow, it will go according to his desire. So it is better not to oppose his will. It is better to surrender to his will, because it is impossible to go against his will. No one has such power, from Brahma down to the end. No one in this world, whole universe. So we are all under his control, Brahma is saying. Bhavaya nashaya chakarma kartum shokaya mokhaya sada bhaya sukhaya dukhaya chadeha yogam avyakta dishtam janatanga dhate. My dear Priyavrata, by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all living entities accept different types of bodies for birth and death, activity, lamentation, illusion, fear of future dangers, and happiness and distress. According to our past karma, we are forced, by the order of Supreme Lord, we are forced to accept different types of body. When we will die, when we will be born, that is fixed according to our karma, because then astrology you can calculate. According to past life karma, you will get certain birth, time, place. And then when you will die, that is fixed. And what kind of activity you can do? Because if you are bird, you can fly, but you cannot be underwater. If you are human, you cannot fly. You cannot live underwater. So limitation and lamentation, illusion, fear of future and happiness, distress. All we are getting as a fruit of our karma, fruit given by Supreme Lord, forcefully. You cannot avoid. No one can avoid. Prarabdha karma, aprarabdha, only devotees, if Krishna wishes, he can change, but otherwise not possible. So that is there in some Shastra, maybe here also. Marriage, birth, death, marriage and children, all fixed already before. Yat vachi tantyam guna karma dama bhihi sudustarair vatsa vayam suyojitaha sarve vahamo balim ishvaraya prota nasiva dvipade chatushpadaha. My dear boy, all of us are bound by the Vedic injunctions to the divisions of Varna Ashram according to our qualities and work, guna and karma. It is not by janma only, by birth. Main importance is guna and karma. What kind of qualities you have and what is your inclination for one kind of action. Asura, Varna, Ashram, Dharma, or Adaiva, that is based on birth alone, not on qualities. But Deva, Varna, Ashram, Dharma, that is according to qualities. And this is what is written in Shastra. So Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur had to obey this order of Bhaktivinoda Thakur to establish Deva, Varna, Ashram, Dharma, because at that time Smarta Brahmins, Jat Gosais and like this by birth, they were trying to have monopoly and they were criticizing Vaishnavas that you are low caste, you cannot do this, you are this oppressing. Then Prabhupada had to start this, that it is by qualities, not by birth. It is according to Shastra. These divisions are difficult to avoid because they are scientifically arranged. We must therefore carry out our duties of Varna, Ashram, Dharma like bulls obliged to move according to the directions of a driver pulling on ropes knotted to their noses. So Krishna also told to Arjuna, if you will not obey my order, that does not mean that you will not fight. You will be forced to fight by your nature, by your kshatriya nature. But it is better that you follow my order, then it will be devotion, that will be karma. So here Brahma is telling, we are, according to our karma, we are divided into 4 these varnas, and we have to do, according to our nature, those duties. Isha bisrishtam hyava runda avarundmahe nga dukham sukham vaguna karma sangat astaya tat yat ayunkta natash chakshushma tan Sraddha Iva Niyamanaha. My dear Priyavrata, according to our association with different modes of material nature, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives us our specific bodies and the happiness and distress we achieve by past karma. It is not that he is forcefully giving, but according to our karma, we have to reap. That is by force. You cannot avoid. You will have to get that result. One must therefore remain situated as he is and be conducted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, exactly as a blind man is led by a person who has eyes with which to see. This is we get by our karma, and how we are, in what situation, that kind of duties stated in Shastra we have to do. Then it will be beneficial for us. So, though for devotees, they are not identifying themselves with material bodies, they know we are eternal sons of Krishna, so they are not following Varna, Ashram, Dharma like here it is described according to Karma and Guna. Not like that. But that does not mean that all devotees are liberated souls already. No. Because they are not, like not in Paramahansa stage, in Bhava stage like that, then they also must perform these Varna Ashram duties with a view to facilitate your devotional practice. Chant Shravan Kirtan. Shravan Kirtan means bhakti. But since you are in this body, you are not liberated soul, then you have to follow this Varna Ashram Dharma for the sake of livelihood that will be favorable for your bhajan. So those who are like Paramahansas, like Babaji or Madhavendra Puri like this, Madhavendra Puri was sannyasi, but he was Paramahansa stage. So they are beyond this. And their livelihood is automatically coming by the will of Krishna. Even Madhavendra Puri, he wrote one verse, I am bowing down to my Sandhya Vandana and all these practices and bathing, and I am bowing down, but I have no time to do, because always I am chanting Harinam and always thinking of Krishna, so you please forgive me. I cannot give attention to you. Means those practices are not meant for them. They are already in Kirtan Smaran all the time, so they are satisfying Krishna by that. So for them it is no need, and maintenance Krishna is providing directly. But those who are not on that level, they should not imitate it. So Prabhupada and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they were against such imitation, that you just take Babaji and then you do some immoral activities and you take money and like this. But you are not actually on that level of devotion. So they said no. You have to follow according to your present status, where you are. So you have to follow Varna Ashram Dharma for a livelihood and also Shravan Kirtan. That is why Prabhupada intentionally, though he is Paramahansa, but to be example, he also took sannyas, because sannyas is the last stage of Varna Ashram Dharma, and he was perfectly following sannyas dharma mentioned in scriptures, for begging, for preaching, for all what is sannyas duty. He did to be as an example. And then householders, brahmachari, all this is necessary. It is not that just you will take some Siddha Pranali and you are already Paramahansa, you are Siddha and you have nothing to do. No, that is not possible like that. So you have to follow this duty. So here it is written, one blind man has to be guided by one who has eyes to see. Otherwise he cannot be benefited. So Supreme Lord knows everything. He gave these guidelines. If you are Kshatriya, you have to do this. If you are Brahmin, you have to do this. He is guiding, and that will be beneficial for us for gradual development. Those who are Varna Ashram Dharmas, they will purify their heart and then Gyan like this. And though ultimately Bhakti. But if someone already got faith in Bhakti by Sadhu Sangha, then he can do Shravan Kirtan, but together with following this for his livelihood to facilitate. Otherwise it will be neglect and doing something which is beyond your adhikar, you will be disturbed. And your bhajan also, your chanting and smaran will be disturbed if you are not properly situated in your these material duties. Mahaprabhu told to Raghunath Das Goswami, you go to your house, now you cannot come with me. You have to go to your house and you do your household duties, and also at the same time you worship Krishna inside your heart. Then gradually Krishna will rescue you from that, but not now. So everything is very scientific, and bona fide guru like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prabhupada Bhakti, they see everything. What is the situation? And according to situation and according to qualification of disciples, they will engage. But there was so much those Sahajiya, they are trying to imitate, like Haridas Thakur and Rupa Sanatan, they are trying to imitate, but they are not on that level of devotion. So then so many problems to society happen. So here Brahma is explaining, our Gurudev. Then tomorrow we will further here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Radha Nayananath Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Dev ki Jai. Jai Patit Pavan Shila Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Parang Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Vari ki Jai. Jai Shri Panchatattva Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Brinda Devi Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Jai Sarva Vigna Vinashanakari Shri Nrishingadev ki Jai. Jai Shri Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Jai Ananta Kote Vaishnava Brinda ki Jai. Jai Samagata Bhakta Brinda ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Gaur Pramanande Hari Bol. Thank you all. Dandavat Pranam. Hari Bol.